And we are live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, we got our first look at Luka Doncic, and well, not firstly, new and improved Luka Doncic, right? First look at him, and dude, the guy, he's a Laker, right? He's wearing purple and gold out there. He's doing things and making it look like playground. He wasn't even like going 100%. Like the dude's just out there just kind of coasting and still dropping 25 and doing circus shots and having fun and just laughing out there. I mean, you could tell JJ Redick and the coach staff was like, dude, do not get hurt. Just go out there and just like play, right? Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything foolish. Like he was aggressive in spots, but he wasn't like, he was just kind of out there. I felt like just kind of coasting. But like, man, was it impressive, right? It's so fun to watch him. Austin Reeves had a really good game as well. The two of them, I just, again, look very impressive. You have to give it up to those two just putting together. I mean, we need to see and be able to see that balance between those two, right? Like we're about to have a pretty decent sample size here on how this team is going to look with Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. And, I think both guys had solid games. You look at Austin Reeves, 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 6 from three. Again, like to see him improve this season as a 3-point shooter. But 4 rebounds, couple assists, a steal, a block. Not a fan of the 4 turnovers, but again, 25 points. Luka, 7 of 15, 4 of 8 from 3, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Austin Reeves was 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 turnovers. Again, hope they take care of the basketball better. But I mean, Luka did that in 22 minutes, which is ridiculous. And, again, you see these two, and their ability to kind of just, go off in a hurry. Right. So, seeing those two be able to coexist, I think is going to be very crucial, very important for this Lakers team, especially to start this season when we don't have LeBron James and we're trying to kind of navigate things and kind of get things together. I really liked too another thing, and it's going to be it's going to be terrifying for opposing teams. Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton. You already saw a couple just beautiful connections between those two, and it's only going to get better, right? Like, it's only going to get easier. It's only going to coast. It's just, you're going to build that chemistry. You're going to build that relationship. You're going to build that connection, the timing, all those things, right? Like, it's going to be fun to watch those two just create that dynamic between each other. I really, like I said, I think that's going to be the best play in all of basketball. I think that's going to be, I think that's going to be, in many ways, may even kind of become our bread and butter. Just like, hey, generate that, stick to it until guys can't stop. I think DeAndre Ayton, you could see the effort, the energy. Again, he continues to just play both sides of the basketball, which you love to see. I mean, he was 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 13 rebounds, including 5 offensive rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, 3 blocks, and 10 points. And he did that in 25 minutes. I mean, if he gave us that stat line every night, Lakers are going to be a very good basketball team, right? Like, give me basically a double-double with a couple offensive rebounds, a couple steals, a couple blocks. Lakers are going to be tough to beat. They're going to be very impressive. Couple like just little key things. Again, still really like what we're seeing from Nick Smith Jr. I really do think he could be kind of that Lou Williams type of guy that can come off the bench and just give you buckets. Dalton Connect, I wasn't as impressed with. I mean, he only took 4 shots. It wasn't offensively, but defensively, again, kind of stepped behind again. I thought he was much better in that previous game, that Warriors game, than he was this game. I still think Nate Williams, man, I've talked about him a couple times now. I really think Nate Williams could be that just kind of grunt worker, that dirty work guy, right? I really think Nate Williams could be a guy. I mean, he's got good size, good length, kind of just be kind of a Jordan Goodwin, right? Because speaking of Jordan Goodwin, he played this game like it was his revenge game. he played. This game was a statement game for him, right? First game against his former team. Like, that's what this felt like to me. Like, this was a huge statement game. Jordan Goodwin had 24 points. I mean, he took 20 shots, right? Like, but he had 24 points, um, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal. And I mean, Jared Butler was ridiculous. He had like, he looked like he was, Jordan out there. It was crazy. 35, 9, and 7. Defense, still a little concerned. Again, it's hard. Like, when you don't have Jared Vanderbilt, Austin Reeves clearly, or Luka Doncic was clearly just kind of coasting out there. I felt the same way about Austin Reeves to an extent. Like, it seemed like a lot of our guys were just out there. Because again, like, you just saw Austin Reeves last game almost get hurt. It's like, just go out there, just play. Right? You don't need to do anything fancy. You don't need to do anything cute. Like, just go get your reps. Go out there, have some fun, hit a couple shots, call it a night. Right? Let's get out of here healthy. So I really do. I mean, Luka got whatever he wanted whenever he wanted. I mean, the guy, he was out there just like, it looked like a warm-up. Like when Luka, you see like pregame, when Luka's just out there and he's laughing with everybody, he's just throwing up like crazy shots and they're going in. Like, that's what that felt like. It felt like one long pregame warm-up for him. I mean, if that's the Luka we got when he's just kind of like throwing shots up for fun, I can't wait to see him this upcoming. I mean, he's going to be ridiculous. But in general, it's preseason. I'm not too worried about it, right? This is a game that, if I'm being honest, we should have won. I'm a little frustrated we didn't win this game. It would have been nice to win this game. But again, I'm not worried about the wins and losses, right? I'm not worried about how this team looks when Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and the other 5 of our top 8 guys don't play. Right. Like, I'm not worried about, the G League guys and stuff like that, giving this game away and not moving and sharing the basketball and stuff like that. I care about, how does Luka look? Fantastic. How did Austin Reeves look? Great. How did DeAndre Ayton look? Fantastic. How did, Jake LaRavia offensively? He didn't shoot the ball well. He was 2 of 7, but 8 rebounds. 3 assists, a block. I thought had some really nice defensive sequences. I thought he, did a really good job of just being aggressive on the glass in particular, which is what you want to see. Marcus Smart just kind of felt like he was out there. Right? Again, another guy that just kind of felt like he was just kind of coasting, just hanging out. Christian Koloko, I actually liked what we saw from Koloko tonight. I thought he had, a solid run. Had some nice plays. He had that nice, like, just beautiful just pass to Bronny James for a layup at some point in that game. RJ Davis, I've been a fan of thus far, but I just thought he was doing too much. I actually liked that that JJ Redick ended up pulling him out the game, because I just felt like he was trying too hard, and he was kind of a big reason why we kind of started to fall behind the 8 ball a little bit. But again, it's preseason. You're not taking away too much. I'm hoping, I don't imagine tomorrow, because the Lakers play the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow. I don't imagine tomorrow the Lakers are going to play Reeves and Luka and guys like that. I imagine that they probably just all of our G League guys, all of our young guys. I think Nick Smith Jr., this might be a good opportunity for him. Some of these back-end guys, Christian Koloko, Jackson Hayes, guys like that. I think that's why Jackson Hayes sat out. My guess is that for the most part, maybe Rui plays or somebody like that. But I think for the most part, everybody that played tonight, or at least our top end guys that play tonight, I don't think we see them tomorrow. I think we just kind of get, maybe the guys that sat out, like Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, like those guys, maybe they play tomorrow. But I really hope that Portland game, I really hope that that's kind of the dress rehearsal, because we're a week away. Lakers opening night against the Golden State Warriors. So I'd like to see the Lakers kind of, at least have that rehearsal game where guys go out there. And again, don't need you to do anything crazy. I don't need you to play like it's a playoff game or anything like that. I need you to just kind of, go out there, get some reps, kind of run some of your actions, kind of use it as that dress rehearsal. Use that as a walkthrough a little bit to put you in the position that you need to put yourself in to gear up for that Warriors game. Because, you don't want to start 0-1, right? You want to start 1-0, set a good precedent for the season, and can you go 7-3 during this stretch that LeBron's going to miss, or 8-2 or something like that. You do that, things are going to be really good. So I'm really excited to kind of see how this all plays out. But anyway, enough of the breakdown. Like I said, it's preseason. I'm not going to go, again, am I frustrated that we lost this game? Sure. This is a game that I felt like we should have won, but again, it's preseason. I'm not worried about it. I want to see, how does Luka look? How does Luka and Ayton look? How does Luka and Reeves look? Thought all those three guys look great. I'm happy. Let's move on to the next one, right? Like, that's all I care about. I'm not, again, just like when we won the last game, I was like, again, it's preseason. Can't get too much. As long as they win one or two of these, I'm fine. Again, you look like some of the better teams are like 0-4 right now in preseason. Like, again, you have some of the bad teams that are like 4-0 in preseason, right? Like, it's just, again, it's preseason. Context matters. Context is important. But anyway, let's get into all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions. Real quick, if you haven't yet, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, and let's dive right into it. So, Jerome, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. 25 apiece. I'm ready for post LeBron era. Yeah, I mean, look, both guys looked well, right? 9 turnovers between the two of them. It's preseason, so I don't want to get too much on them, but I'd like to see them kind of cut down on the turnovers a little bit. Again, I'm hoping that kind of comes. They're still building chemistry. Luka's first game back. It's fine. Again, preseason, context matters. Context is important. But, if we're going to critique the entirety of the game, those would be the one knocks. Outside of that, I thought those two were fantastic. 25 apiece. Both guys shot with excellent efficiency. Reeves, I thought, looked good. He's doing a better job of taking and absorbing contact. He said he's been in the weight room all off season, kind of building on his strength. I think you've kind of seen that a little bit. Still want to see him, knock down the 3 ball a little more consistently, especially when Luka's out there. So that way, he's kind of a little bit more of a threat. But DeAndre Ayton looks fantastic out there playing both sides of the basketball. I'm excited, right? I mean, this is, like I said, this is going to be a good sort of test and sample size, right? We're going to get probably, 10 games or so, maybe longer if the Lakers are good without LeBron. So you talk about, the post LeBron era, we're going to get at least a glimpse of that coming up here. So hopefully, we're able to kind of, shape that up and get into, and kind of get a little idea of what this will look like. But appreciate you. Thank you so much. This MF Luka makes look so easy. Yes, the guy's just again, it looked like a warm up. Like, it's ridiculous. I like what I saw. Likewise, Luka is so good, bro. If Luka is this good, it's a wrap for the league. Luka is so freaking good, man. Though Luka, Reeves, and Ayton looked great tonight. Smart didn't score, but it's okay. Well, Smart just kind of felt like he was out there, right? Like, most of the time he was just kind of like standing there. I just think it was Luka wasn't super aggressive like he is during the regular season stuff. I'm almost 1,000% sure JJ Redick was like, dude, just go out there, get some reps, get fans excited just to see you out there. Don't do anything foolish. You know what I mean? Like, like Marcus Smart wasn't like locked in, like clamping folks. So I think you're going to see a very different Marcus Smart. So I'm not really worried about it, but it was just nice to see them on the basketball court. Luka and Reeves are going to carry the Lakers so hard. Pause. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. We need them to, right? Especially the however many games to start the season. Nick Smith Jr., I really like, bro. I do too. Great two-way guy, man. He's going to be really good. Yeah, I really see him. He's been getting after it defensively too, which I like. I'm happy because he's not really looked at as a defensive piece. Not expect him to be a lead or anything like that, but just, can you be serviceable enough? Can you be good enough to kind of warrant you being out there on the basketball court? We know you can score. Show us a little bit of everything. And I thought he's done a really good job so far in limited minutes, because it's not like he's playing 35, 40 minutes a night, right? It's not like he's getting, a heavy workload. I mean, even tonight played 15 minutes, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3-point range, 8 points, right? An assist, a rebound. you saw a little bit of everything in limited minutes. So I'm hoping he kind of keep that and maintain that. Luka is for sure a second pick in fantasy, right behind Jokic. Yeah, I mean, look, Luka's the guy's just it's crazy. And the crazier part is he's a Laker. Right? Like seriously, that's wild to me. How did we not win that? I mean, again, it's preseason. I'm not worried about it. Guys, stop. But I mean, if you want to know why, it's because guys just stopped sharing the ball, right? Guys were moving the basketball. Luka was doing a good job of swinging the ball. Austin Reeves, same thing. Yeah, they were aggressive and getting their shots and stuff, but they also did a good job of kind of keeping the ball moving, swinging things. They got taken out of the game, and it's just guys too much one-on-one. Guys starting to impress and trying to, making, you got to remember, a lot of these guys are fighting for playoff time, fighting for, roster spots or, two-way spots and all that stuff. So, Jake LaRavia's buns, I could not disagree more. I think Jake LaRavia's been great. Did he shoot the ball well? No, this game, but every game he shot 50% or better. So I'll take one game in which he shoots 30%. He also grabbed 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block, right? He was also a +6 for the Lakers because he was actually good on defense. If you're looking at just like the offense, then yeah, he looked like absolute buns. But if you actually like watched it, you saw everything that he can. Like I thought he had a solid game. Was it like the greatest game ever? No, right? But I thought he had a very solid game. Let's see. Team's not gonna just let Luka beat them. Lakers assembled awfully. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to hint at. I mean, one, Luka has beaten teams, right? We've seen that numerous times. You're acting like Luka's the only player out there performing. I mean, at least, especially during the regular season, Austin Reeves, look, and I'm somebody that is usually labeled an Austin Reeves hater. We know he's a great regular season player. So good, yeah, go ahead, try to slow down Luka Doncic. Austin Reeves will go get you 30, right? DeAndre Ayton's going to go get you 20 to 30. I mean, I don't know. Try watching the Laker games with your eyes open. Maybe you'll actually see that it's not just Luka out there, right? Again, even tonight, it wasn't just Luka, right? Like, again, this several pieces, right, that had well. I mean, Luka, Austin Reeves, and DeAndre Ayton played well. Why isn't Ayton catching those lobs easy? Because one, doing it through traffic. Two, outside of Luka, go look at those lobs. I mean, Austin Reeves, again, I think he's been great, but some of his lob passes to Ayton, you can tell he just doesn't do it regularly, and he doesn't have the timing right? Like he's got to. Like you look at Luka, like Luka, you see him. He's very methodical. He gets to the spot. He knows what he wants to do. He's constantly keeping an eye on Ayton, and he's waiting for that guy to make the move. The thing that Reeves needs to wait on or figure out is how to wait for that guy to commit, right? Austin Reeves, you'll see, and I encourage everybody to pay attention to this, right? You'll see Austin Reeves get to a certain spot, and then he's ready to throw the lob when the defense collapses, right? He sees the jerseys collapsing. But it's not just guys collapsing. It's Ayton's guy collapsing. Because if you throw up the lob and everyone's committed except for the guy that's guarding Ayton, well, then now Ayton's got to jump over that guy. And Malic, which he was fantastic. That dude, Suns might have somebody special with that guy. That's the problem, right? Watch Luka. Luka's dribbling, defense collapses, but he doesn't throw that lob until that defensive play, the guy that's on Luke or Ayton, till that guy commits. You got to wait for that guy to commit. If he doesn't commit, you just stop, little floater, right? That's usually how it goes with Luka. Austin Reeves, he's got to wait for the commitment. Right, he usually, like, the guy like kind of fakes a move and he's throwing the ball. Like, you got to wait till he starts moving towards you. Once he starts moving towards you, now you have the lob. So it's just little things like that. Austin Reeves, I think, will figure that out and get to it. You saw Austin Reeves last year start to look for the lob more than he did probably ever. I'm not saying he never threw a lob, but you saw Luka's influence on him. I think that'll continue. I think Ayton's going to eat, and I think he's going to eat well. Can't wait to see the full starting lineup. I'm so excited, Luka, man. Gosh, dude, I can't get over how good he looks in 1/2 and preseason. Imagine when he takes it serious. So I mean, yeah, I mean, good luck. the league is going to be wild. Goodwin cooked us on both ends of the floor. Yeah, I mean, look, he took this game very personal, which good. It's what you want to see, right? Like, I'm rooting success for him. The 3-pointer Luka made was awesome. You know which one I'm talking about? Yeah, that the circus ones. I'm really liking Nick Smith Jr. Can play off of Luka and Reeves off ball. Yeah, I mean, the guy can shoot off ball. Guy can handle the basketball. Gives you another playmaker. Like I said, I really like him as our Lou Williams type player off the bench. And he's been getting after it defensively, which I appreciate. Defense, embarrassing. Again, context is important. You're missing like half your defensive pieces. And then on top of that, you don't have again, guys aren't out there giving 100%. I am worried about the defense. Don't get me wrong, right? I've been every live stream I've done, every video breakdown I've done, I'm like, yeah, the defense doesn't look great, but it's wait until we properly, we get into the actual season and see how that looks when you actually have Jared Vanderbilt and Marcus Smart and those guys are giving 110%, things like that. Adu is out for 2 to 3 weeks, unfortunately. Yes, I saw that. I was so looking forward to maybe seeing him this preseason. I'm so hyped for him. Bro, I can't wait till he just flies out of the arena on breakaway dunks. Yeah, I mean, Adu Thero, again, a guy that can change the tides for the Lakers on the defensive side of things. This team looked amazing. Yes, I loved what we saw from them. So funny when a bunch of nobodies beat the Lakers. I'm telling you, they mark Lakers on the calendar, different color every year. It's us against the world. Yeah, but again, context matters, right? Like, obviously, every team wants to get up and play the Lakers, but you're talking about like Lakers outside of Reeves and Luka, which, look, when our main guys were in, we were up 15. Again, I'm not worried about the G League guys and the guys that aren't going to play, right? Like, their guys, this meant more to them. They're playing well. You had guys that were hot that played the entire game for them, right? Where our guys that were hot played half the game, right? Like, that's the difference. Luka got you looking relaxed, Tyler. Luka eats. Yeah, trust me, I'm chilling. Like, I'm telling you, I just want to get to the season. I really do. Right? Like, got 2 more preseason. We're a week away. Let's go. I just want to fast forward. I wish I had the Click remote. If you ever seen the movie Click, I just want to Anthony, what's going on? Tyler, I think Reeves stats without LeBron wasn't frauded. In all seriousness, I don't think anyone will be surprised if he averages 23, 5, and 5. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping without LeBron. Like, I think the 23, 5, and 5 is a fair assessment, right? I've talked about it in videos. I think, that, again, he averaged 25 and 5, or what was it, 25 and 6 or whatever. To think he can't average 3 more points without LeBron. I know he's averaging, without LeBron, it's like 28, 6, and 8. But again, to expect him to do that for 10, 15 games straight, I think is a little, especially with Luka, I think is a little too much. But I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if he's 23 to 25 points per game. Like, I think a game like you saw today, I think he's more than capable of doing on a regular basis, right? So I am with you. But again, it's more to it than just that. You got to keep in mind, it's defense. Like, I've said it before. Like, can the Lakers win with LeBron or with Luka and Reeves? Yes, but you need the exact type of players next to those guys. Right? And we've seen Luka have success with Jalen Brunson, which, again, I've said Austin Reeves right now is a much better player than Jalen Brunson was when he was with the Mavericks. I'm not talking about New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson, that, is a top 10 player right now. I'm talking about when he was on Dallas. Austin Reeves right now is better than that version of Jalen Brunson. So you have a very good Austin Reeves. You have Luka Doncic. We've seen Luka bode well playing alongside a secondary shot maker and shot creator. That's what Austin Reeves provides. I just worry about the redundancies. And, are you going to be able to, is this team built well enough to mask? Because I just think you have to have, if you're going to have Austin Reeves or Luka, you're going to have two Jared Vanderbilts. You're hoping Adu Thero becomes another Jared Vanderbilt, right? And both guys shoot 35% from 3. Like, that's the only way I think you're really going to be able to make it work with those two to the level of championship, right? Because again, I've even said it with LeBron and Luka. There's, oh my God, these guys are great. And then there's, nobody's beating these guys in a 7-game series, right? Like there's levels to this, right? So like Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic could look fantastic. They could be like, man, these guys look great. Like, but do they look good enough to where it's like, okay, like you're not beating these two, right? Like that's the difference. And we'll see. We'll see how they play. We'll see how they get there. Again, last year was a weird year. This year you're gonna have more. You're gonna get a better sample size. You're gonna get better. You're gonna get a better idea. Opponents always play like it's the last game in the league every time against the Lakers. Of course, the Lakers, right? Like it's how it works. Him and Jared Butler were cooking us. Yeah, dude, for real. Like, I give them credit, man. They were balling. They were hooping. Let's see. Make the Lakers a only team start with Luka and Reeves. Yeah, look, it's very possible if it all works out and plays well and you get the right pieces. It's the thing. Again, the question is Austin Reeves in the playoffs, right? Last few playoffs, he's not been great. Regular season, I'm not worried about the regular season, right? I've said it all offseason, right? There will be moments where I'm critical of him. There'll be moments where I praise him, right? But he could average 55-5 or 50-50-50, whatever, right? He could put up Wilt Chamberlain level numbers. I'm still going to have it in the back of my head. Like, how does that look come playoff time? Even if I'm hyping him up like he's, the second coming of Jordan, I'm still going to be in the back of my mind like, okay, how is this playoffs going to go? Happy Tuesday, Daniel. And yes, go Lakers. Tyler, just wanted to thank you for always doing streams. Well, thank you. Like I say, I'm thankful you guys even come and show up to streams. Even though we didn't win, you enjoy having fun Lakers chats with you in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Dodgers won. Yes, Dodgers 2-0. Beautiful. I love Dodgers dominate. I think they win it again. I really do. I'm excited for that. But I appreciate you guys. I love doing the live streams. I love having these interactions. I love having these conversations. It's tougher now. This year's going to be tough. Not going to lie, because now this will be my first full season in Wisconsin since I moved to Wisconsin. And so like those Laker games, it was tough when I first got here, right? But like now my whole schedule's changed since I moved here. Like it's going to be, I'm not going to lie, there's going to be some tough nights because, some of these Laker games are going to end at like 1 a.m. for me, so it's going to be, it's going to be interesting. So we're going to have some live streams where it's going to be like 2-3 in the morning. I'm doing it, but you guys are the ones that push me through it, right? You guys are the ones that I get excited, especially when we win. I get to talk and and when we lose, we kind of have each other to bring us comfort and stuff like that. So I'm excited to get into the season and do all that. Cause like I said, without you guys, I'm just some crazy guy talking to himself in a room, like literally. Like I need you guys to make this enjoyable, make this a stream, but I appreciate you again. Edmund coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Do Reeves and Luka have the word pass? I don't think so. And I'm probably the last person you should ask. I mean, kind of, complexion wise. So probably not, but but I appreciate you. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask like LeBron or somebody, maybe next time LeBron does a live stream, ask him. But I appreciate you. Robert coming in. Luka looked great. Can't wait until next Tuesday. Yes, seriously, can't come sooner. Reeves played well off of Luka. Luka had a perfect lob to Ayton with another double. Yeah, I'm loving those three guys. They're the keys, right? If we're gonna have a good run into during this like lack of LeBron stretch, it's gonna be on the back of those three. Reeves looks more agile and quicker. He looks good, right? I don't know if I'd say agile and quicker. He's always kind of had that quick first step, right? Because he's not like hyper athletic. He's got that quick first step. I think he's done a better job of taking contact, right? Like he's always been a guy that draws contact, but you'll see him at times kind of ping pong off of people or like, pinball machine, like ding, 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 right? Where I feel like he's kind of absorbing the contact better. He's looked craftier this game in particular. He looked a lot craftier this game, but how much of that was you're playing the Suns G League guys, and how much of that is like he's just craftier? I wouldn't be surprised if it's a combination of both. Again, Luka's very crafty. You saw Austin Reeves starting to take a page out of Luka in a couple areas when that trade happened. So to and look, to Reeves' credit, he's improved every year. So to think that he hasn't improved more, but I think it's just he's absorbing contact better, because he did talk about how all offseason he was in the weight room, and he looks like he's still hitting the ground and stuff like that, but he's kind of absorbed some of these contact plays just a lot better than he has in previous years, at least so far. Ayton will be a walking double-double. Luka will be a walking triple-double. Lakers will have wide open threes. It's going to be, I think Luka, I think Luka's probably 38-8. DeAndre Ayton, like I said, will probably be in that 14 to 18 range. And he's going to be, 10 to 12 rebounds. I think Austin Reeves, depending on how much LeBron plays, anywhere from, 20 to maybe 25 a night. Yeah, I am. I'm really excited for this. Luka will be the greatest Laker of all time once he retires. I don't know about that. It's tough. Right? Like, just think of like what Kobe's done. I mean, even Magic stuff. I mean, look, if Luka wins 5, 6, 7 championships, then maybe. You never know, right? Just depending on, I there's a chance that he could be like the great, like there's an argument to be made. Is LeBron the greatest player to ever put on a Laker jersey? That's different than greatest Laker, right? Like Kobe to me is the greatest Laker, right? LeBron James, you could argue, is the greatest player to ever put on a Laker jersey, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's the greatest Laker, right? Because he hasn't done as much for the Lakers as he has in other areas, and especially Kobe. He hasn't been on, a majority of his. Like if Luka plays 10 years for the Lakers and wins, 5 NBA championships, and is like, one of the all-time leading scorers for the Lakers, and if he's Hall of Fame, is he top 10 player of all time, Luka, then sure, maybe I think he'll be in that conversation. But I think he'd have to do a lot to overtake guys like Kobe and Magic and stuff like that, because it's not just the talent, right? It's the whole package. Like what Kobe spending 20 years for with this organization, Kobe being Mr. Laker. I mean, Kobe being the Jordan for many of us growing up. Like it's just, there's so many factors that go into it outside of like Kobe is really good at basketball. It's like there's a lot of guys that are really good at basketball, right? There's several guys that you can make an argument for that are better all time than Kobe, right? But that doesn't mean, like Kareem, again, like you could put Kareem over, but I wouldn't take Kareem all-time Laker over Kobe. It's just, there's a lot that goes into that. So I don't know. Again, never say never, because I don't know what Luka's career will look like. Luka can win. Luka could play for the Lakers 10, 12 years and win 8 titles for the Lakers. It's like, yeah, dude, that guy got 8 championships with the Lakers, right? Like, I don't know. But I just think that's a tough challenge. Smart didn't play well. Hopefully he gets some run with Vando tomorrow, both on the same court at the same time. I felt like Smart was just out there floating, right? Like I think he was just out there, so he didn't get fined, JK. But like in all seriousness, right? Like it's kind of what I felt like for me. It didn't really seem like he wasn't like out there like being a pest defensively and switching and doing all this crazy. I think JJ just told him like, hey, dude, just go out there, just do a couple up and down sprints. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything foolish. Like the last thing we need you to do is get hurt. It's kind of what this felt like to me. He played 20 minutes. He didn't take a single shot, right? Like I didn't think he was bad. I just think he just didn't really do too much. But you also got to keep in mind, he's out there to do the dirty work. So when he's not doing the dirty work, he's not going to look great. So I think that doesn't help either. If we won this game, then Tyler would have been drinking his soda from a can. I know. Actually, my drink is over there. I just don't want to get up and go get it. I'm lazy. I think Reeves has been working on his toughness and tighter handles. ever since the Minnesota series in order to handle physicality. He has to. I mean, look, he said himself he's been working. He was in the gym all offseason. I think you needed that, honestly. I think he needed to work on that. Guy pulled a Crowley and traded his soul for a beard instead of 2 inches. I know, trying to. It still doesn't come in. It's still all spotty. I'm gonna shave it soon, but I'm waiting to move so I can just do it myself. But yeah, 2 inches of Willie. That's what that reminded me of. Thanks, Plucka. Appreciate you, buddy. Austin Reeves is better than Devin Booker. I don't know about that. I like Austin Reeves a lot, but I wouldn't go that far. Devin Booker's ridiculous. Let's see. Wimby is better than LeBron. I mean, now maybe. Wimby's ridiculous right now. All time, nah. Luka looked a lot quicker as well. Looks good. Yeah. I mean, we saw him in Eurobasket. I mean, obviously Eurobasket isn't the NBA, but that's the largest sample size we've had to look at. He's looked good. There. He looked a lot more mobile, a lot more agile. I'm hoping that continues. Did look like Smart was just doing cardio. I didn't feel his yeah, he just I'm almost positive JJ, because again, even Luka wasn't like super aggressive or anything. He's just kind of like throwing up shots, laughing, having a good time, stuff. I just think it's the first game back. I am almost positive JJ Redick was like, just don't get hurt. Just go out there, get some cardio, and walk out of here healthy. Jordan Goodwin with 24 points on 10 to 20. You knew he wanted to have a good game. Oh yeah, 100%. You knew if he got the opportunity, he was going to ball out, and he did. And you got to credit him. Do you think we should trade for Jalen Johnson and Dyson Daniels? If you do you think we have the assets to do so? I don't think we have the assets for both. Next offseason, we might be able to have the assets to get one of them. It's just, would Atlanta trade those guys? I would trade everybody not named Luka Doncic for both of those guys. I would give up all of our picks. I would give up literally everything. Everything. Like, I would Austin Reeves, everything. All 3 first next offseason, all 3 pick swaps next offseason. Dyson Daniels might already be the best perimeter defensive player in all of basketball. He had like a historic season in steals and like defensive rating. Like, the guy is everything you want. Jalen Johnson looks like the ideal type of player slotted alongside Luka Doncic. Athletic, defensive versatility, young, and potential star level player. You give me those two alongside Ayton and Luka. I think Lakers have a chance to win multiple championships. Those two guys are everything you need. Like, Dyson Daniels slotted alongside Luka, there might not be a better option. Like, genuinely, that guy is like at the 2 slotted alongside Luka. He's got the size, the length, the defense. He actually had a nice shooting season last season, and he's improving. He's also like 22 or something like that. Jalen Johnson, again, another guy that's super young that has all like. I would sell the farm to get those guys. Mark Walters should be signing, Steve Ballmer checks to aspiration, like whatever we got to do, like to get those two on on the Lakers. That was a joke, by the way. But yeah, you do something. Laravia should be in the G League, and yeah, I watched the game. Nah, Jake Laravia has been great. Like, he's been good defensively. He's rebounded the hell out of it. I'm fine. This was his first. Again, he's shot 50% or better in every single game he's played so far. I'm okay with him having one random game where he shoots 30%, but grabs 8 rebounds, was one of our better plus minus guys, played good defense, did everything. I think Jake Laravia was fine. Lakers defense is terrible, still lack foot speed and athleticism. I mean, you're missing 3 of those guys right now. But yeah, I mean, defense is definitely a concern. Guys just jacking threes against this title. Yeah, because I mean, again, Lakers lack defense, athleticism, things like that. It's it's gonna be interesting. But like I said, I want to wait to see how all the pieces fit together. Tyler confirmed Reeves hater 2 years ago. Yeah, that's when it began. It's when I became the Reeves hater. Bronny did better than Marcus Smart. Yeah, I mean, again, Marcus, I'm not worried about Marcus Smart. The guy just looked like he was out there just to, for the fans. He's out there waving, taking pictures and stuff. Um, let's see. I know you're feeling good. My grind. I know. I am. We got Luka through 2028 season and only 28 at that point. That he will sign a 5-year deal with the player option in the 5th year. We're eating boy. Yeah, I'm not like. I don't think Luka goes anywhere. I think he's as long as the Lakers are like not bottom of the barrel. I think there's a good chance he retires a Laker. So I'm excited for it. I am feeling it. I am great. Laravia is not that guy. Lakers need a good trade. Not that guy in what sense? Are you talking about being the answer at the starting 3 for a championship team? I mean, 3 preseason games, I don't think is going to tell you that regardless. I think he's shown everything that you want to see on the defense side of things, to his shooting ability, to being able to be a swing man and make plays, to being a good rebounder. I think Jake Laravia has shown you everything thus far for the Lakers. Right? I said going in, like when we got him, I wouldn't be shocked if he comes off the bench the first 30 games or so, and then eventually he moves in the starting unit. Right? Things take time. You got to give guys reps, build chemistry. This was the first game he's played alongside Luka, right? Again, all this context is important. You got to think of how much Jake Laravia has had to create for himself the last 4 games, 3 games, whatever it is, right? Jake Laravia's had to basically do everything himself. It's not going to happen when Luka's on the team and LeBron and Jake Laravia is going to have such an easier time, and he's already at shooting 50% from the floor. Right? What happens when he's getting wide open looks and he's able to slash and cut? Again, things take time, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're missing literally 3 of our top 4 defensive and athletic pieces. There's definitely concerns. Don't get me wrong, but Goody killed us tonight. Missed that dude. Yeah, I know. I wish we could have kept him, but I'm glad. It was nice to see him ball out. I'm not gonna lie. Laker fan of me didn't like it very much, but it was nice to see him ball out. I respect the toughness Reeves is willing to display, playing through injury and finishing through contact. Yeah, I'm actually surprised he played today. I probably wouldn't have played him today, if I'm being honest, just because he dealt with the injury the last game. But I mean, hey, let's see. It's hard, the regular without LeBron Warriors. I mean, again, LeBron James, top 10 player, right? One of, if not the best players on this team next to Luka, right? You're not a better team without LeBron James. But Luka's not Anthony Davis. I love Anthony Davis. Luka is not Anthony Davis. Lakers will be fine. Again, you could argue Austin Reeves is the second best player Luka's ever played with. And LeBron James will be by far the best player Luka's ever played with. Right? Remove LeBron from the conversation. Right? I think Austin Reeves is the second best player that Luka Doncic has ever played with. Right? The first best player would be Kyrie Irving. Right? Again, think of who he's played. Even Dirk, because Dirk was on the team. So that wasn't Dirk, right? That was, end of the year doing his farewell tour Dirk, right? That wasn't Dirk, right? So outside of that, for namesake, you can argue Austin Reeves is the best player Luka Doncic has played with, right? And again, that's not counting LeBron James. So Lakers will be fine. Let's see. I'm just worried that we crumble like a cookie once our stars went in. You think we need a trade? Again, not yet. I'm not. Again, I think it's preseason. Got you're missing literally 5 of your top 8 rotation guys. I think we'll be fine. Let's see. I don't have much to say about Luka because we already know he's going to torch the league. Yeah, exactly. 1,000%. Let's see. Dude, I cannot wait for the Lakers to smack the Warriors and watch Waters Wet come up with 1,000 excuses. Tyler, you should make a Dodgers channel. I've thought about it. I've thought about making like an LA channel, like, and do a Dodgers channel stuff like that. Problem is, I'm not knowledgeable enough about baseball, right? Like, same thing like with football. Like, I love football. I know, like, to probably the average person, I probably could sound like I'm super knowledgeable about baseball and football and all these other things. But like basketball, I'm incredibly confident in. Like, I am, like, I don't like to talk about things that I'm not knowledgeable enough to talk about, right? Like, because people figure it out quick. You know, I start talking about baseball to, like I said, the average Joe probably like, man, that guy knows a lot about baseball. But like somebody that really does know a lot about baseball is going to be able to figure out like I'm clueless right out the gate. Like, like, man, that he sounds smart, but he's really not, right? Like, we're the NBA in general, bad. Like, I am a student of the game. I am like manic when it comes to this stuff. Like, I know the ins and outs. I know I know basketball. Like, I get it, right? Like, so I try to stick to stuff that I'm very knowledgeable about, especially because I like the conversation aspect of it. That's why like all the videos are very like, it's like having a conversation. Like, even when I make the videos, it's literally just me just talking. Like, I don't want it to be anything crazy. I want it to be me and you talking, right? Like, feel wholesome, feel like a conversation. So, the that's great when you know what you're talking about, right? When you really can like break things down in depth, right? Because I get a lot of questions, I get a lot of, pushback for things, and I need to be able to tell a, compelling argument. I need to have the understanding and knowledge to be able to, like, whatever you say, I can argue my points, right? Like, we can have that discussion, we can have those conversations, right? Like, I know that what I'm saying is coming from an educated point of view, right? I don't feel that confident about baseball, right? Like, somebody starts getting into like, the trenches of it. Like, I'm just like, like a fan channel, sure. Like, there's a lot of like, there's a lot of, fan channels, period, that, just or just that fan channels. They're just talking away. And this in many ways is that, right? Because I'm just a fan. But I try to be as knowledgeable and understand. If I don't know something, I'm like, I don't know, but I'll find out, right? Like, if somebody asks something that I don't know about, like, I'll take the time to look it up, because I need to know. I feel like it's my responsibility to know as much as humanly possible about the game if I'm going to talk and address it. I just wouldn't feel that comfortable about baseball, right? Because I never played it growing up, like out, I PE stuff like that. I did have a coach want me to play pitcher because I could throw with both hands. I can throw with my left and my right. So I, I had coaches and stuff like that really wanted me to play baseball growing up. I just never really was my thing. Football, basketball, obviously, those were like the two sports I played heavily. Basketball more than anything growing up, and then just becoming obsessed. I was just obsessed with the game. Still am, right? So I just, I just don't think I'd feel. I just, my concern is that I wouldn't be knowledgeable enough. I don't know the ins and outs to the level that I would want to take pride in. That's probably a good way to put it. But I appreciate you. Alex, what's going on? Appreciate you. How are you? Let's see. Sorry, trying to find some meat. Yeah, if Giannis would only join the Lakers on the basis that his brother's got a joint team, do a 5-5 deal. Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's funny that no one's talking about nepotism, right? I haven't heard a peep about nepotism with Giannis having two of his siblings now taking up roster spots on a team that isn't winning anything. Would you trade Luka Doncic and Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent for Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby? Absolutely not. I think I'd take Luka over both of those guys combined. No, I wouldn't. Aiden is so good, man. Yeah, he's gonna be. That dude's gonna be ridiculous. Let's see. So you basically just want to become the Los Angeles Knicks, essentially. I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something real quick. All right. Still nothing. All these back and forth. If this team is really good and starts off 8-2 at the beginning, just imagine how insane they'll be once they add LeBron back. Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, there might be a little hiccup. There might be a little learning curve period, but for the most part, I think they'll be fine. They'll bounce back. And it's just it's because again, LeBron's gonna cut, like, if the Lakers are off to the races, you're gonna have LeBron get plugged in. LeBron's gonna plug in, and then they're gonna have to kind of readjust, unless LeBron just goes like, "Hey, I'm just going to be here, right? Like, I'm just gonna show up," type thing, right? But let's do a couple more questions, and I'm gonna skate on out of here because it's almost been an hour. We basically replaced Goodwin with Smart, correct? Yeah, essentially a way to look at it. I would love Dyson Daniels. Every Lakers championship team had that two-way anchor. Yes, agreed, 1,000%. I would, like I said, I would sell the farm for him. Kyrie. Oh, you're talking about what I said? I said Austin Reeves is the second best. Oh, okay. You said, oh, okay, my bad. Okay. Yeah, second best. I didn't fix anything. I literally said Austin Reeves is the second best player. And I said, which would mean the first best would be Kyrie Irving. Didn't he play with Jalen Brunson or someone? Yes, he played with Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson wasn't this Jalen Brunson, right? Like, Jalen Brunson then was Jalen Brunson on Dallas was like 9 points and 2 assists, right? He was nowhere near the Knicks Jalen Brunson. Like, even when the Knicks first got Jalen Brunson, he was not Jalen Brunson. Like, the last 2-3 years or so, like, basically after that second because they gave him a contract after that next contract, then that was it. 2021 Brunson was not better than this Austin Reeves. Look, I am the first person to criticize Austin Reeves. That Brunson was not better than this Austin Reeves. Not even close. Luka went to the finals with Kyrie, and who else exactly? Look, I've already talked about this Lakers team is better, much better offensively. But you can argue position, like, player for player is better than the finals team that Dallas went to the finals with. That team just fit better, right? Like, because you go down the list, this Luka is probably going to be better than that Luka ever was, right? I think that's fair. Right, so you have the better Luka. LeBron James is better than Kyrie Irving. Austin Reeves is better than PJ Washington, right? Rui Hachimura is better than Derrick Jones Jr. And DeAndre Ayton's better than Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively. However, again, that Dallas team, those players complemented better, right? They were more athletic. Derrick Jones Jr. became the ideal 3-and-D guy, right? Derek Lively had probably one of the best defensive runs and that we've ever seen in the playoffs. Like, that guy was unbelievable. Again, like, the players fit better. But you could argue the Lakers' top end talent is better. Let's see. Are you going to game 3 of the NLCS? Probably not, because I'm right in the middle of moving. I really wanted to, bad. I really bad. Because it just so happens the Dodgers are playing the Brewers, and I'm now in Wisconsin. So I really wanted to, but it'd be so hard because you're talking basically dedicating a whole day to that, and I just literally I'm moving to my new place in a week, so it's just tough. And those teams could Luka with Reeves and LeBron, and those teams could have easily reached the finals. Yeah, agree. So true about nepotism with Giannis. It's hilarious. all we hear is that, nepotism, nepotism, nepotism until it's not LeBron. It just further shows and proves it had nothing to do with the nepotism, right? Nothing to do with Bronny James. It's people just hate LeBron. Be honest, I'm begging you as a brother. Yeah, no. I was thinking the very same thing. That's hilarious. I'm begging you as a brother, stop this. Um let's see. Uh Knicks fans literally hated Brunson when the Knicks signed him because they missed out on Kyrie. Yeah, that's like people again. People forget Brunson when he got to the Knicks was not like the last like 2-3 years has made everyone think like Brunson was just this like superstar from the beginning. He was a late bloomer, man. Like, um, the thing about basketball is that the visual poetry of a ball going against the gravity and then hitting nothing but net. Yeah, 1,000%. It's just it like it's just like it's like there's such there's very few beautiful things in this world. You think like a sunset, like it's just like seeing that like that perfect swoosh, that sound, like you can still hear that sound, right? Like it's just I love it. You're gonna have a hungry, motivated Luka, who probably pissed off how he lost and wants to prove all the haters wrong. Yeah, 1,000%, 1,000%. Oh, you finally got a house? Yes, yes. Finally. That's I know I haven't responded to you, but like, dude, I've been swamped, my guy. Like it's been crazy. Dealing with this and then figuring out what are we gonna do with the kids because they're in school and we're moving little ways from where we're currently at and stuff. So yeah, and then the house hunting process, all that. So it's just because you got to keep like we don't know. I don't know the area, right? So it wasn't like as simple as like, oh, we're just gonna move and just go. Oh, we're just gonna live here. It was like, okay, well, is this area good? Is that area good? Where's the nice areas? Like, how are the schools? How are like? I mean, it took months just to like kind of figure out the area, like zero in on the area we wanted to live and stuff. So, it's just it's a process, right? Oh, I almost to the end of the chat. Brunson balled out in the playoffs with Luka in his last year in Dallas. Balled out for that one game where he, to his credit, single-handedly essentially like helped them save that and salvage that series because he got hurt and everyone thought that series was over and they ended up winning that game. And then he was good. I wouldn't say he balled out after that. He was better than he was, but he wasn't like Brunson. Tyler, do you miss that Jamal Murray game? No. Why are you bringing this up? Why are you hurt? Why are you purposely trying to hurt me? How cold is it there right now? Have you ever experienced snow before? No. It's actually like nice right now, like the cold, like the chill. I like cold. I am like I can't stand being hot, and I know like because like I grew up in California. I was born and raised in California, right? Like I'm a hoodie guy, right? Like, and the beauty of California is you can wear a hoodie damn near 365 days a year. So like I have like moving to Vegas was probably the worst for somebody like me just because like the heat. But luckily, nothing's outside unless you're doing the tourist thing. Everything's indoors. So I never really had to worry about the heat. Like the first year I moved to Vegas was miserable, but I was doing the tourist thing, right? Like, and then eventually you stop doing that. And then you realize like, it's not that bad because like you're always inside. Like anywhere you go, you're inside. So I wasn't really worried about that, but I love the cold. So when we first got here, it was like at the tail end of, snow season. So like I got some snow and it was great, but like everyone keeps telling me like, just wait. So that was my big thing is I wanted to get a place before it started snowing. Like that was my concern, like getting a place before we'd start snowing. Cause I don't want to be like looking for a place in the middle of like winter. Right. So it was just like, got to get a place before that. And yeah, Lucky, you're right. It huge weight lifted. So, and I'll be able to get a background up because I still get people like regularly yelling at me about, about the background. So once I get there, get settled in, I'll finally be able to do a background and we'll actually have some more aesthetic look behind me and stuff like that. And you're right. I mean, it's a huge weight, especially because again, it's not just me. Like if it was just like me and my girl, it's like, man, like, live wherever for a year or whatever, right? Take our time. But when you have 5 kids, it's like can't really, I gotta I gotta be the responsible adult. So it's like but luckily, I mean, we were looking in Vegas already, and so it was an easy kind of transition. It's just again, we just didn't I don't know any of the areas, right? I've never even been to Wisconsin. That was moving out here was my first time, so it's I just to, kind of come out here and then have to go through okay, well, what areas do we want to do? We live in, okay, these are the areas, asking people what about this? What about that? Right. So it's just yeah, that game too. Oh. No, that Josh Giddey half court shot. That one frustrated too, but I was okay. That one I was just kind of yeah, those things are crazy. Say me too, Tyler. I prefer the cold weather. Yeah, I do. I like the cold weather. I think nothing's worse than the heat. Truth taker. It's funny, you left that comment and I responded and I even broke it down to you to explain to you how you were wrong. And it's funny, you didn't respond. I think it's crazy. It's always funny how people always do Tyler admit it. Your guy isn't living up to the hype. And then again, 2 games in a row, go read your other comment. Again, there's more to the game of basketball and scored. He has shot 50%. What are you talking about? Again, just because he put up 7 points doesn't mean that he had a bad game. The guy stuffed the stat sheet, right? Again, the guy is playing well. Did he have a great shooting night tonight? No. But I love how you're talking about how he had a horrid performance 2 games in a row. Let's go over everything else besides the scoring. Okay, since you're too scared to respond to comments. So, all right, let's go over the stats real quick, right? Since that's all you're looking at, let's go over the stats. So Jake LaRavia had 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, was 2 of 7 from the field, which isn't great. 1 block, only 1 turnover, and was a +6. He had the second highest starting plus-minus rating next to Luka Doncic, who was a +11. So again, what was horrid about that? 8 rebounds, it's not good. Couple assists, not good. Defensive rating, he was great to vet. Is that not good? Again, casual comments. Watch the games with your eyes open. I always think it's funny is the people that try to call you out that are always just so wrong. Okay, let's look at the Warriors game because you said 2 games in a row he laid a dud, right? 2 games in a row he was trash. Well, he came off the bench. He scored 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 4 of 13 from the field. You're right. He had 4 steals. 4 steals. Only 2 turnovers and was a +12. You know who was the highest plus-minus that game for the Lakers? Jake LaRavia. Again, watch the games with your eyes open. Again, if you're going to call somebody out, make sure you know what you're talking about. Again, quit ducking and hiding. God, now I had to do it in front of everybody and embarrass you when you could have just ducked under the comment. You could have just responded to the comment and been like, oh, you're right. I was wrong. My bad. And then I would have been like, it's all good, truth taker. No problem. But you get called out in public and now you're getting in public. And again, the guy's shooting 50% from the floor since preseason started. Man. Some people. Let's see. Shoot, where was it? Here we go. Tyler was streaming that game to Lakers versus Night. I was doing a watch along stream for that. I don't even want to talk about that. I live in the desert part of California, so it's always 115 and it's only cold for a month. Yeah, I get that. Especially if you're living in the high desert, if you're living in Apple Valley area and stuff like that. Yeah, it gets tough. Looks like you're lying on the floor sometimes with that wall. Just I should just do photo shoots with those crafty ones. To be fair, Jake isn't anything special. What is your definition of special? Because I mean, he's been rebounding the ball excellently. He's been good defensively. Again, he's our 6th, 7th guy. Again, context matters is important. I didn't come on here and was oh, Jake LaRavia is going to average 20 8-8 for the Lakers this year. No, I've talked about, I wouldn't be shocked if midway through the season he's our starting 3. But what have I said all offseason? If he could be basically 10 to 13 points, but a better Rui Hachimura, what have I broken down? Rui Hachimura is 13 points per game, right? Is basically what he's averaged the last few years. If Jake LaRavia can give you that, but being better defensively, he'll be our starting 3, right? But I've even said, if he can just give us 10 points, give me 10 points, but give me the level of defense that he's shown he can do, he'll be starting. Yeah, I mean, people just, I haven't actually seen the new Conjuring movie. I need to check it out. Again, people, this is the problem. You get the only people that say that there's an issue with him are the people that aren't watching the games. Again, context. If you're going to quote me correctly. I said that I think Jake LaRavia is a better offensive player and has the potential to be better than Dorian Finney-Smith, but you'll never be able to replace the impact that Dorian Finney-Smith has because he's a veteran. Again, I made an entire video breaking down Dorian Finney-Smith versus Jake LaRavia. I know what I said in that video, and I know what I've said in every video because I usually reiterate what I said in previous videos. Jake LaRavia, can he be better than Dorian Finney-Smith? Absolutely. But I talked about Dorian Finney-Smith's impact. Jake LaRavia is a better offensive player than Dorian Finney-Smith. He is. Defensively, he has potential to be better than Dorian Finney-Smith. But like I talked about, Dorian Finney-Smith has the potential, or not potential, has the impact that you're probably not going to get for Jake LaRavia right now. You're not going to get it this season. Long term, you can, right? But I also said there's a chance Lakers could be better with Jake LaRavia because if he's good defensively and good offensively, then that's better than somebody that's good defensively but not good offensively, or good offensively and not good defensively. Again, Jake LaRavia could be better for the Lakers than Dorian Finney-Smith, but Dorian Finney-Smith there's a reason he was our best plus-minus guy because of what he brought to the team. Right? The dirty work, the hustle play, he made winning plays that don't show up in the box score. Let's see. Did you say Jalen Brunson is winning unlike Luka? One guy's been to an NBA Finals, the other guy hasn't. Neither guy have won an NBA championship. One guy's in the Western Conference, the other guy's in the Eastern Conference. Again, I just went over this. You're making yourself look worse. Knock it off. Again, what do you mean being hypocritical, Tyler? Is scoring the only thing that exists in basketball? Is 8 rebounds not good? I love how you ignored everything else. I love how you ignored, who cares that he had 8 rebounds and 4 steals and only 2 turnovers the last 2 games and has been our best plus minus guy 2 straight games and has had a great impact on both sides of the floor and is shooting 50% from the floor, but he had 2 bad shooting nights. So he's God, it's such a cat. It's like, oh my God. It's always the people that try to call out too, which is what's crazy to me. Right? It really is. It's like it's crazy how confident people are when they're wrong. It's just every time, every time it never fails. Even go look at the comments, right? I'll get comments from people that are like, dude, I had a comment the other day. It was hilarious. That he was basically trying to do what that Chris guy said I did, right? He was like, you said this. And I was like, I did not say that. I said this. And then the guy was like, no, you said this because you might have added this. And so I literally took the transcript, copied and pasted the transcript, put it in the thing, and then sent them the link to the video. And I was like, God, not only were you wrong, you doubled down with such confidence. But they always do. Look at this comment. This guy's doubling down with such confidence to just be so wrong. It's hilarious. Tyler, would you still start D'Lo over current Reeves? Not with this unit. Now, I like D'Lo before because D'Lo and Anthony Davis's connection was really good. Also, D'Lo's shooting was really good. And you got to remember, he had a historic run. It was the playoffs where he disappeared, right? But like last year doesn't really count because he was basically checked out and he knew he was gone. But that season that you're talking about where I was like, we need to be playing D'Lo over Reeves. D'Lo, I mean, literally set the Lakers all-time record for threes. He was averaging, what was it, like 18 and 6 or whatever? Like, but it was more him and Anthony Davis's connection. Like, that was the season that Anthony Davis would, like, he'd have like 30 through 3 quarters, and then no one would give him the basketball. It's because Austin Reeves and LeBron were not feeding him the ball. And then he had like Darvin Ham every game being like, well, is idiot coach? Like, and then never changed it and fixed it. And it was like D'Lo's the only guy that actively tries to get Anthony Davis the ball. He's our best pick and roll player. He's our best playmaker, right? Like that was the thing. Like D'Lo's a good point guard, right? And he shoots the ball really well, right? So it made more sense. But now you got Luka and all those other things. So no, you could argue D'Lo is, I mean, not off of last year, but if you look at the previous years with the Lakers, you'd argue D'Lo would be a better like just catch and shoot like off ball scorer. But no, I'd take Austin Reeves right now. The roster that currently is, I would take that. I would take Austin Reeves. I wasn't in the latest Conjuring film, but honestly, it was no different than the previous entries in my eyes. It's kind of how I feel about all of them, movie looks like it's going to be the closest thing we get tonight. That's kind of how it feels. Yeah, we're talking about that on the Lethal Collective. Let's see. If Jake is bad come the end of the season then we can talk, but don't talk now. I'm in Oregon, so it's about to get cold here. Rain for days. Again, look, if Jake Arabia is bad, he's bad. If he's wrong, he's wrong. Dude, I was wrong about Austin Reeves. Like, again, like I originally was one of those guys that hyped up Austin Reeves like he was the second coming to Michael Jordan. But at some point, you got to come to the realization that he's not that good, right? Like, again, I've talked about it. All the videos are on the channel. I was that guy that talked about Austin Reeves was going to be it's going to be an all-star. He's going to be this, that, and the other, and all these things. I hyped him up like he was great. I did say, though, I worry that teams will make the adjustment, and now you'll get film. Now you'll get tape on him, and I don't know if he'll be as good, but I did. I hyped Austin Reeves up like a lot of people do now, and I was wrong, and I corrected. So, I'm wrong all the time. It happens all the time. But Jake LaRavia's like people are like this guy's acting like Jake LaRavia's been a bum, and he's literally been our best plus minus player every game. He's shooting 50% from the floor during preseason, and the guy's doing everything. But people are like, but he's 1 of 4 from 3. Like, who cares? Austin Reeves was 2 of 6. So is Austin Reeves trash? Right? Like, is Austin Reeves trash? Is that what you're telling me? Like, Austin Reeves is great, but Jake LaRavia 1 of 4. Like, sit this one out, guy. My favorite thing is your name is Truth Taker, and you haven't said one truth. Oh man, a Bucks Lakers game this year. That's the plan. I want to really bad, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. Let's see. Everything Tyler is saying is correct. Because it literally, I just read it to the guy and he's still doubling down. People don't understand. Like, people just, they don't know how to listen. They don't know how to watch. Like, it's so funny because like I said, I'll say something like, and I'll be like, yeah, like, I think this guy could be, whatever, has the potential to be like a 13-5-5 guy, right? But, I wouldn't be surprised. And 2 games in, if the guy, he's only averaging 7, it's like, okay. First off, I said he has the potential. Secondly, can we give it more than 2 games? The guy hasn't even played a regular season game, and people are like, he's cheeks. And he's literally been our best plus minus guy and been doing everything. Oh, my God. Let's see. Again, one guy has been on the Lakers for 5 years now and is supposed to be an all-star level player who's about to get $40 million and has already been part of the program, right? And we all hyped up like he's the second coming, right? Like, again, I gave Luka a little more leeway. I've given guys little more leeways. Again, listen, when you're watching a video, maybe just try not to watch it when it's muted, like, and then act like you're quoting things. Again, am I going to be as critical on Jake LaRavia as I am Austin Reeves? No. One guy's our 7th player. The other guy is supposed to be our 3rd guy that's going to get $40 million next year. Use your brain, Christopher. Come on, man. Like, God. For somebody that's dressed so professional, you sure don't you must not have a good field of brains, man. Come on. Use your brains. I love how you just said in this thing, I'm hurting you because I'm not objective, but you just said I criticized Austin. You just said I'm objective towards Austin Reeves, but I'm not objective. Again, use your brain. God, some of these people. I know it's usually how it goes. They all eventually realize, like, damn, he's right. Hey, look, I don't blame you. I'm just not one of those people that likes to block, and because you're never gonna win, you're never gonna get rid of them. It's engagement, right? Like, they always make new accounts and stuff like that. Like, as long as it's nothing like crazy, let people say what they want to say. Plus, it's good engagement. Gets up, gives me something to like get riled up about. Let's see. The only two takes I troll Tyler on is the matter of when, not if, for Kyrie trades and the Nunn take. So the Kyrie thing was done. That was Sean Marks was sending him to the Lakers, and Joe Tsai said no. So I wasn't wrong about it's a matter of when, not if. Joe Tsai, the owner, decided at the last minute, I will not send him there, so that he got traded to Dallas. So I was right about that when I said, hey, there's the reports about when, not if, and everything's showing signs he's going. He was headed to the Lakers. Sean Marks was trading him to the Lakers. And then Joe Tsai said, I'll send him anywhere, not the Lakers. And then Dallas showed up. And I was so mad about that. The Kendrick Nunn take, yeah, that was a bad one. But Kendrick Nunn, again, context matters. Kendrick Nunn was hurt the entire time. But when he came back, he was terrible. I thought Kendrick Nunn, like, if Christopher is going to troll, like, that's who he should be trolling about, is Kendrick Nunn. I hyped up Kendrick Nunn. And outside of Kendrick Nunn, because you're not allowed to use that one, Christopher, because Blucka gave you that one. Name me a mediocre player that I hyped up and have been wrong about. No, Tyler, you're going to stop hating on Razor. Yeah, apparently. Let's see. You tracked your statement. Your statement was wrong. Like, what are you talking about? Oh my God. Oh, it's so funny. If guys doesn't score 20 points again, they are seriously. It's like if a guy doesn't average 30 points, the guy's terrible. Tyler's destroying people, bro. This is hilarious. I know. I like to play into it too, though. I mean, you guys know. Most of you have been here long enough. I like to get into it. The difference is that I knew I was wrong, but I just try to get a reaction. Yeah, like I said, I like to hype it up. I'm animated and hyped anyway. So, but no, again, I'm wrong all the time. Like, it happens regularly, right? Like, I've had bad takes. I've had good takes. I've had takes that aged well. I've had takes that age poorly. But the thing that I think is funny is, like, most of the stuff people like to call me out for are not the ones that age poorly or I'm wrong. Like, that's the thing that I think is funny, right? Like, there's so many things you could call me out for, and it's never those things. It's always like something that I'm like right, and I know I'm right about. It's like, dude, you're picking the wrong battle here. Like, but it's too. I can't just like give it to them. I can't just like be like, here, use this one. Let's see. I mean, it's always nice to hear other trains of thought, even if you disagree. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I didn't call you out your name. I told you to use your brain. I said you're dressed professional, but you're clearly not using your brain. I didn't call you out your name. What are you talking about? My God. Tyler is great at remembering what he said and because that's literally what I do for a living. It's my job to do that. Oh my God. Let's see. Exactly. Look, I comment, people comment, and dude, I have back and forth with people regularly. Like I have back and forth conversations. Like people disagree with me, fight blue in the face, and it's great. But again, there's a difference between a good conversation, a good debate, and then you just trolling and just saying the same thing over and over again and just speaking nonsense. Again, there's context. Like I say it all the time. Like people are always like, like you can be rude and blah blah blah. And it's like you get what you give. Like I'm not like I don't have a corporation or company I don't have to give you the PC answer. Like it's so funny. Like people will come and say something ignorant or say something stupid or just be foolish. And then I give them the same energy back and they're like, "Well, that's not very professional." I'm not selling you a product, right? Like I'm not some corporation. Like, you know, if you come respectfully and you want to disagree, that's fine. People disagree all the time, right? I mean, admin even said, you know, like, dude, I used to troll and I used to do all that stuff all the time. Me and him are like besties now, right? Like, again, as long as you're respectful, as long as you're good, as long as you're fine, as long as you're not being obnoxious, I don't care. But you can't sit there and troll and act obnoxious, and then when you get it back, be like, well, you're being mean. It's like, go cry somewhere else. Like, you know, like, or don't troll. Like, make up your mind. There's a difference between, hey, let's just have a conversation. I disagree. Here's why. I get comments like that all the time. Like, I have people all the time, like people that watch every video, that comment every video, everything like that, be like, Tyler, I really disagree with this one. I love that. Beautiful. Let's talk about it. Right. But again, like when you're coming at and you're just being obnoxious, like, and you're expecting me to be like, well, like, no, forget that. You're talking to the wrong person. Like, go. If you want somebody that's going to be like, well, you know, I think, no, then go talk to somebody else. Kendrick Nunn gave us Rui Hachimura. Thanks, Nunn. That trade. Yeah, see, look. So in the end, I was right? In the end, it all worked out. No, but yeah, no, Kendrick Nunn is a bad one. Like Bluck is right about that one. I remember being devastated when we didn't get Kyrie, bro. So sad that day. It's kind of fun though to look back at who we wanted, and now we have Luka freaking Doncic. Crazy how things can change. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, even in hindsight, right? Lakers were after DeJounte Murray. What happens if they trade for DeJounte Murray? Right? They might have not have had that, right? Like, it's just, there's so many things that, like, there's so many things that can kind of, you know, be that first domino or that snowball, or like so many like this happened and this didn't happen. Like, you know, it's crazy how things plan out. Go back and listen to what I said. Go again, because clearly you're again not listening with your ears. You're just taking things that I say. If I say a bunch of idiots or a bunch of jerks, right? Like that, it didn't go, Christopher, you're an idiot. Like, again, there's a difference. Context matters. Again, use that brain. Use that noggin. You hyped up Shake Milton, source Chris Paul's reads. Right. He's got it. Let's see. Yeah, the period of 2022 when Kyrie and KD were supposed to join the Lakers. Runouts were crazy. And he joins the Mavs. Yeah, like I said, there were literally reports that were like, he's headed to the Lakers. Read the comments. I'm literally having a conversation with you. What are you talking? See, this is why everyone's mocking. This is why everyone's saying you're trolling. This is why, because again, you're literally saying, read the comments for the people that are great. I literally am. I'm talking to you. Like, again, this is why. Use your brain. Like, I'm done. I'm ignoring your comments now, just because you clearly are not using your brain. Let's see. Tyler said PG was better than Maxey. He is better than Maxey. He just can't stay healthy. We were so desperate as Laker fans in 2022, kissing the play-in. I think Kyrie and KD were supposed to join the Lakers. So desperate, begging for the Laker fans. Dude, I'm telling you, Kyrie was headed to the Lakers. It was so frustrating. Thank you. Exactly. I'm literally, it's so It's so funny. It's hilarious. Like it really is. It's like literally like the guys like read comments for people that disagree with you. This entire rant started because I was reading comments for people that disagree with me. I literally read every comment that's to me, whether they agree or disagree with me. It's so funny. God, dude. Meanie Tyler. I know, Alex. I'm a big poopy head. Man. Tyler, did you go to college? If you did, I did. I'm a big business guy, and um, sorry. I didn't go to college law. It took like I got college credits and stuff in high school, like because you could take like the after school classes or whatever. I did a couple of those. So I didn't really go to like college, so no. But yeah, I studied business. I took like business class stuff like that. I've managed like companies and stuff in my previous life. So, um, but I hyped up Ramon Sessions after 2 good games. We are fans. That's what we do. Exactly, dude. Here's the other thing, right? Like again, I try to talk about like the upside and in betweens, right? Like that's usually why like I could see this guy or this guy has the potential, right? You know, I also don't like to speak in definitives, period, because you never really know. But I've said it a million times. Like, I'm never going to root for a player to fail. Right? Like, like Bronny James or whatever. Like, so many people want to see Laker players fail just so they can go, haha, Tyler, you were wrong. Like, why are you happy about that if you're a Laker fan? If anything, you want me to be wrong, but the other way, right? I said this guy could be 10 points and this guy was 20, right? Like, because the better those players are, the better the Lakers will be. Right? It's like, it's that simple. Like, why would I ever want to see a player on the Lakers be terrible? Like, it's wild to me. Like, oh, you talked about Alex Lynn and, how he could help the Lakers. It's like, yeah, he could have. He didn't, though. Right? Like, Christian Wood, I thought was going to be great. He couldn't stay healthy. Right? Like, again, but when he did play, he was great. And he even was slotted out of position and stuff. Again, there's so much context that goes into things. Aside from the Luka trade, what is the best move the Lakers made and worst move they made in the LeBron era? Worst move would be Russell Westbrook. I feel like that's too easy, though. Not doing the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner trade. I genuinely believe if they do the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner trade, they win the championship that year because they would have been better, well equipped, and matched up better against Denver. And I don't think that they get ran through. And they still would have been able to make other trades. You probably still get Rui and a couple other things. Maybe you could have even gotten Jared Vanderbilt straight up. Ooh, sheesh. Best move besides the Luka. It might be DeAndre Ayton, especially if the Lakers win the championship this year. I think I'm telling you, I think DeAndre Ayton. I've been on the DeAndre Ayton train. Like, it would be trading for Anthony Davis, even over Luka, right? Because they won a championship, right? So, like, the best thing in the LeBron era would be trading for Anthony Davis. Would you rather wait for Luka in 2025, Tyler, back in 2022, knowing we were getting him this year, or gotten KD and Kai in their primes for Reeves and also LeBron and 4 years younger? Imagine that. At the time, like, if I had a crystal ball and I knew, I don't know, I'd probably still go get Kyrie or KD, assuming I could get both, or even just one. Even just one might have been enough to win a championship. The problem is like, I don't know. Like, I don't like, would the Lakers, like, in concept, the Lakers would have been good enough to win a championship, right? But the reality is, would that have happened, right? Because, like, if I knew, hey, we get Kyrie, but we still never win a championship, then no, I'd rather take my chance with Luka, right? But if I don't know either, then to me, one in the hand is worth two in a bush. So give me the Kyrie or the KD situation in that moment. Who's a realistic wing? Who's a realistic wing you think we can trade for? This preseason has made it very clear that what this team needs. Luke and Reeves look good tonight. Yeah, I think you know Andrew Wiggins, I think, is very realistic. If I've made the argument, you could probably get away with even like lesser tier wings, like Matisse Thybulle, Haywood Highsmith. You could literally get both of those guys for cheaper than Andrew Wiggins. I think it also just depends on what teams end up kind of fall into the wayside, right? Like if the Phoenix ends up a play-in team or missing the play-in, right? I could see by the trade deadline they might be willing to trade not Devin Booker, uh, 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 Dylan Brooks. There we go. I don't know why I blanked on that. They may be willing to trade Dylan Brooks. Why? Because they might want to get off his salary and stuff like that. So there'll be guys that kind of rise to the top as we inch closer to the trade deadline. But right now, I think it's probably like those kind of mid-tier guys to the Andrew Wiggins type. Wasn't it the same with Kawhi? But Spurs didn't want to do it either. Yeah, there was talk because he wanted to go to LA, and he was trying to force his way to LA, and the Lakers were trying to trade for him. But then the whatchamacallit was like, hey, we'll pony up whatever we need to type thing. Saying your name, calling when he has it as a little name is hilarious as well. What else are you supposed to be called? Exactly, I don't know. Oh my god. People just say stuff. What's your prediction for the first 10 games? Conservatively, I'm gonna say 7-3. I think they go 7-3. I like their schedule to start the game. I think it really boils down to the first game, but I'm gonna say 7-3. Christopher versus Stephen A. They just be talking circles around each other. I just hope we make the playoffs. I'm not sure how good this team is. I think this team's gonna be really good. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I mean, again, you never really know until you're in the thick of it. But I mean, you see the same mentality in politics, regardless of who the leader it is. Like half the country is looking for someone to fail for. I told you so. Yeah, it's like that for everything. It's just how it goes. They all. Everybody wants a good failure. I was so hyped for Lynn. Gosh, that was a bad one. Yeah, I mean that was one that didn't work out either. There's several. Cam Reddish, dude. Cam Reddish, I still die on that hill. I think Cam Reddish, if he would have gotten a better opportunity, which part of it was his doing, for being honest. But Cam Reddish, man, dude, that guy has all the tools. He just couldn't put the entire package together. I really think if the Lakers stashed him and just developed him for 2 years, I think he might have. He just needs that destination, and I was really hoping the Lakers were that destination. But Cam Reddish was great for us in stretches when we needed him. Best move is Luka. Worst trade is Westbrook. Yeah. The best trade is AD. Yeah, it has to be AD because Lakers literally won a championship because AD for sure. He brought us a title. Yet. No, Lakers lost Caruso because they couldn't pay him yet. I didn't trust Cam Reddish and looked what happened. I was right. He plays on an island when people eat each other. Yeah. The thing, like I said, he was never able to put the package together. I mean, he still has all the tools. He's still young. He's 25. He has all the tools. It's just he's never been able to fully put it together. I hyped up Max Christie when he goes crazy in Summer League. And Darvin Ham benched him, and people hating on Christie, and now we miss him. Same with KCP. People hated him before the Westbrook trade. Yeah, Max Christie was frustrating though, because you saw it in preseason, and then they just and then Darvin Ham just refused to play him, and then by the time they actually do start playing him, he ends up getting traded after he finally is good, and it's oh, come on, man. I think Christian Wood was just in a bad spot in life, sadly enough. Yeah, agreed. 100%. I mean, he dealt with injuries, and then he had the off-court issues with this baby mama stuff. I just think it was bad timing. Great potential, bad time. He probably would have been real good on the Lakers without the baby mama drama. Agreed. I think he'd be great with Luka. Great with Luka. We need Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins may become the new Miles Turner. He could be good next to Luka. Please, Pat, we're building you a freaking statue. Give us a ways. Yeah, you're not wrong. Fate decided as it stands Spurs, as it stands Lakers, as it stands Lakers show, as it stands NBA, and a father and a son at channel. You got to chill, Tyler. Hey, gotta work hard to make money. You know how it goes. Great question. Wasn't it, Tyler? Thanks. I would probably choose KD and Kyrie as well as joining LeBron and AD. That team would have been tough. Plus, we're always in win now mode. So yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, excellent question. And like I said, I love these like little conversation things. Man, I wanted Christian Wood. I wanted to give Christian. I did too. Like again, he's like that guy had all the potential on paper. I think JJ Redick would have utilized him better. And I think it was right player, wrong time. I'm a realistic Laker fan. Honestly, never thought we'd get Luka. We all wanted, but never thought. Yeah, exactly, dude. Anybody that was like, "Yeah, I knew we were gonna get Luka," is lying. Right? They might have had hope. They might have thrown it out there, but Bronny and Coloco's two-man game. Dude, Coloco. I mentioned it earlier, like early in the stream. Coloco had some nice dimes to Bronny. I really did like that. Cam would be a better Vando, yeah. Yeah, he actually let him develop. But now that we have Luka, I guess it was worth the wait. You think after missing out on KD, Kyrie, we had to choose wait for Luka answer. And would you rather have that or LeBron James, Kyrie, and KD back then? I said it really depends on kind of again, like if I don't know either way, then I'd probably go with the Kyrie. Tyler, are you scared that the team has no closer? Luka last year wasn't really closing teams out. I mean, one, he was coming off of injury. Two, he's better conditioned. Like you saw him get gassed, right? Particularly in that playoffs. He would light it up in the first quarter, and then each quarter he like progressively got worse. I don't think you have that problem. Ask me that question in like a month, and I'll have a better answer. But like, no. Right now, no. I think he's gonna be great. Bro, I feel bad for Cam. He looked so sad in that one video I saw a few weeks ago. I wanted him off the team, but I hope he finds good again. Yeah, I think he's a guy that had the potential. He just was never able to really get there. I hate when there are players with a lot of potential and ish just goes sideways, and we never get to see what could have been. Yeah, there's so many like, I mean, just in general, so many what if stories, so many like what could have beens, right? It's crazy. Tyler, do you think Reeves, Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and AD starting lineup would have beaten Minnesota and OKC? Reeves, Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron, and AD. I think they would have had a better chance. They would have matched up a lot better. So here's the thing. Without Luka, we're probably a play-in team again. But if we don't make the Luka trade, we probably have a better chance of winning a championship. That makes sense, right? Like Shaq trying probably ends all conversation about the go. Yeah, I mean, Kobe even said that. He had an interview question. They were like, "What would Shaq be with your work ethic?" And he was like, "The greatest player ever, like without a doubt." Who will be traded this season? I mean, really, I don't think anybody's off the table. I don't think like no one's truly untradeable except for probably Luka on this team. I think it really just depends on like kind of who rises on the top. If I had to like give early prediction, I probably think like Rui, Gabe, things like that. I remember seeing the report in like 2023 or something that the Lakers had their eyes on Luka, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that'll never happen." And bam, it happened. Yeah, dude, I did a video last off season because there was like a report about Lakers keeping an eye on Luka. And I was like, I don't think, and I even said, like, I highly doubt this happens, but never say never. And here we are. All right. Like, Reeves was the main closer last season. Yeah. He was. Yeah. All the trade distracted him last season. This year, Luka's mine. So he's going to be better. Yeah. I'm not worried about Luka at all. Is this current Lakers team better than the LeBron James, AD, Kyrie, KD team that almost happened? On paper, no. But again, you never know how things are going to play out. On paper, that team will probably the greatest team ever assembled, but again, paper doesn't always translate. Now that Dudeman Thompson is next up, I'm telling you, Dudeman Thompson is ridiculous. I wouldn't doubt it at all. At all. I'm scared, honestly, that we're going to get the same result as last season, if not worse. We added Aiton, the only good piece, but in game changing, we will see. It remains to be seen. I'm not excited. I'm scared. I disagree. I think this team's going to be a lot better. Again, will they be good enough to be championship, like true contenders, win a championship? I don't know. You got to wait to see how all the pieces kind of come together, because there's a lot of factors that go into that. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here because it's already like, it's one in the morning. I appreciate all of you guys. This was a fun stream. It was amplified. Ja or Spider, I'd probably take Spider. I really like Ja, but dude, the guy he hasn't been able to win and he can't stay healthy. But anyway, like I said, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow because we have another stream tomorrow. So like I said, this was a fun, just eventful stream. But you guys are beautiful. Everyone that gave me super chats, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Everyone that was here on your way out, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you all in the next.